This is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, a game that was developed under such insane circumstances that it has its own name of an era. And this is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War 2? Now, everyone recently has been saying that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is just going to be a Black Ops Cold War clone. And I'm here to disprove those rumors because I believe that Black Ops 6 is going to far and away exceed any expectation that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War would have put on it. Because Black Ops Cold War was a great game and all, but it had so many flaws that definitely are going to be fixed in Black Ops 6. So if you guys enjoy, leave a like, sub, and comment down below. It's much appreciated and makes you a goat. Thanks so much for watching. Let's get into it. Gonna turn on face cam real quick here. So what you guys are seeing here is the Black Ops 6 multiplayer reveal trailer. It was released today, and what it really is just showing off the new mechanics. This part here, I want to quick just go back and can we play? Just want to point out that that really does sound like the Wonderwaff when the gas grenades get shot there. But basically, what this is doing here is showing off some new maps, the new skins that you're getting in the Vault Edition, and all sorts of stuff like that. In Black Ops Cold War, I don't even know what you got for pre-ordering the game, if anything at all. I'm fairly sure you might have got a little something here or there. It wasn't anything special, you know? But what Black Ops 6 is doing is giving you the best cosmetic pack that you could ever have got for a Call of Duty at launch. Now, does this compare to anything such as the BO2 drone, the BO3 jug fridge, or the BO4 mystery box? Definitely not. But as a in-game reward, it is probably the best we've ever seen, and I'm really happy that we got this. And this trailer in general is really just a good showcase, you know? The past couple years, MW2, MW3 haven't really showcased much. Even Vanguard haven't. They just didn't showcase much of what the game was actually going to offer or look like. Whereas this multiplayer trailer, it definitely does that very well, at least from what I believe. So, have I pre-ordered? Yes. Do I care that H2M has been deleted? Yes. But does that mean that Black Ops 6 is canceled? No. Black Ops 6 is going to be the best COD game we've had since probably Black Ops 3, and has the most hype potentially by a game ever, and I truly think that's an unfair thing for a game to have at launch, let alone overall. But I actually think Black Ops 6 has the potential to live up to that. In Call of Duty Cold War, we had the trash prestige system we have nowadays, where you get like 250 levels a season, and then you have to move on to the next actual, you know, prestige. But that's only next season. Whereas in Black Ops 6, we're going to have the classic prestige system coming back. We're going to have a fleshed out actual 16 whole maps at launch. Something we haven't seen that number of multiplayer maps in maybe decades even. I don't know how long it's been, but a long time. And with the whole, you know, actual sort of like game. Oh geez, I'm blanking. Let me reset there. And with zombies, we're getting 2 full brand new maps at launch, which hasn't been a thing since Black Ops 4, obviously, where Black Ops 4 had 4 maps, of course, at launch, but it was more or less 2 good maps and 2 bad maps. We haven't had 2 really good maps at launch since, you know, probably Black Ops 4, I guess you could say. But like since Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3, you can't even count the Giant. So in my opinion, the multiplayer, zombies, and campaign in Black Ops 6, as long as they live up to half the expectations that everyone has on them right now, they're going to be good enough to succeed in the long run. Because I believe, and the gameplay and everything has shown us, that this is the most refined system that Treyarch has been allowed to make ever. Literally ever. They have Omni movement, a system they've been working on for 4 years, which could turn out bad, but as they've worked on it for 4 years, they've started working out kinks and all sorts of stuff, and I believe that at launch is going to be buggy. But that's with every game, and we're going to find more bugs with millions of players playing online than just a couple testers. That's okay. But what's not okay is if they don't fix them, like Infinity Ward refused to do. But Treyarch is the people's Call of Duty devs, at least overall. Sledge does a great job at doing that, but, you know, Treyarch does a good job of cleaning things up that are messy. Sledgehammer does a great job of listening to the community, but it doesn't mean they do it right always. Whereas Treyarch does it the right way. The way they run their business, their studio, they run it the right way. Although Activision messes them up a lot, it doesn't mean that they can't actually make a unique game that brings new content to an old franchise and actually exceeds expectations. But the unfortunate part is people are looking at the game visually and seeing Black Ops Cold War. And to a lot of people, unfortunately, this game wasn't very loved, which I find is wild. I think it's one of the most underrated Call of Duty games of all time. Just because the multiplayer, it is so solid. The TTK in this game was actually phenomenal. Like, it's unfortunate, like, that it took 200 HP to get it to this state, but it's still, like, or maybe 150, I can't remember, but the way everything functions in multiplayer is really good. The score streak system is very goofy in this game, and it really does reward just being dog water at the game. Like, I'm about to get a UAV and I've been playing like trash, which is fun and all, and it helps the casuals, but at the same time, casuals don't need to be tended to at all times. And as we've seen with the new actual trailer from Liberty Falls, more like cutscene, I guess, but they're actually starting to veer away from catering towards the, you know, casual players and assuming that you know a little bit about the game or the story or the lore or anything like that. And it's not a ton that you know or need to know, but you know a little bit. You know who Richtofen is and what the Wonderwaffe is and all this stuff. But you may not, of course, know what Project Janus is. And they're keeping that a secret, actually. There's some things in this game, in multiplayer and zombies, that are being kept real secret, such as if Nuketown's coming back at launch, what the 16 maps at launch are going to be. We've seen about 3 of them. And we also need to see how the Omni movement works with real players, essentially. We've seen cinematics and whatnot of how it works. But when real players get their hands on it at Call of Duty Next is when I believe we're truly going to actually see how the game is going to play out. And, you know, personally, I have a lot of faith in Treyarch, mainly because I think they actually make good games. But at the same time, maybe I have too much faith in them. Who knows? We'll only see when we get our hands on the game after Call of Duty Next, you know, with the betas and with the players at Call of Duty Next actually telling us how it feels, showing us what it looks like when a real player is actually experiencing the game, and etc, 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 etc. You know. So in conclusion, essentially, Black Ops 6 is it Cold War 2? No. It innovates on a lot of things the multiplayer did wrong, brings back more classic prestige systems, and even potentially a more classic type of gunsmith. We haven't really seen it, but it looked to be a little bit more old school when they have showed it off and it's been leaked. And in conclusion, other than that, the zombies looks good, the multiplayer looks good, and the campaign looks like it's going to be a blast. Does it look like Call of Duty Cold War? For sure. Does that make it Call of Duty Cold War 2? Heck to the no. And even if it is, I personally am well okay with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Would you leave a like and sub, please? It's much appreciated, and it makes you a goat. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.